Hey guys, Thomas here with Catfish DIY. In today's video I want to talk to you about the 40-gallon sump build for the 135. And since my last video we had it set up for a water test for 7 days, and since that time everything has come back pretty good. Without further ado, let me explain to you what I used in this build and why I used it, and the design of why I chose this design I want to build for my sump. Without further ado, let's turn it over to the tank. Okay, what we have here is a 135, or my display is a 135 with a 40-gallon sump. There are 11 baffles in this. I just siliconed this thing last night, so it is still curing. Excuse me. Toothache. Cold water helps. I use 1/4-inch glass on this. 11 baffles in total, ranging from 9 3/4 to 12. It's all 1/4-inch plate glass. I had to get this from a glass shop. It cost me $8 a piece. It was really good. They even polished the edges. My last tank I built, I didn't have the edges polished, and I wish I would have had them polished. They'll slice you open. I have pulled the tape off, but the tape that you see on there is the numbers of the height of the baffle in order when I had it set up leaning against the display as I was siliconing these in. I use GE1 silicone type 1 with no mold inhibitors. Anything 100% silicone will work. I would choose clear. I'm not too concerned about how the caulking looks due to the fact that this is going to be under the display. My first chamber here is my intake. From my tank, you'll overfill into a pre-foam or it'll either go into a pre-filter pad or a polyfill, and then it'll come down into the sponge, pot scrubby sponge, all the way through here underneath this baffle. Still more pot scrubbies till you come to here. Now I can either run carbon and phosphate or carbon and chemium pure elite. Just whatever I want to use. It'll come over this here and come into lava rock, which I'm using for the biomedia. It'll come down through here, still through more lava rock, and into this here. All these will be plants being immersed above the water. I'll have a tray here and a tray here to support the roots. I'm going to have that completely lined. With plants. It'll overfill into here, which is now my bubble trap. Come down, up to the bubble trap. You'll come up to here. And this section will be 1-inch foam all the way across before it gets to the return. It'll come through there, underneath there, and into this chamber, which will be 2 300-watt heaters. And the reason why I'm choosing 300-watt heaters is to offset the temperature by 2 degrees on each heater, so they don't constantly turn on and on with together. This is going to heat up this tank a lot more, but it will heat up the tank as well upstairs, above it. Once that overfills, it'll come back into the return, which will have either a mag 9.5 or a mag 12 internal pump. That back there in the corner will be a fluidized DOI moving bed media to run off an air pump. I'm going to have all kinds of filtration in this. In the beginning, up in the first chamber in the middle section, once I get the plumbing hooked back up, I'm going to be running a sand filter in the middle chamber. So this will have old school, new school, and whatever you want to call it, it's kind of school filtration. This is going to be a freshwater community tank. So I'm trying to neutralize my nitrates, my ammonia, all done by sump. Once I get everything done, I'll have a finished, this is the main build right here of this sump. And it definitely will be packed with filtration. I've heard stories where you shouldn't disturb sumps for anywhere from like 6 to 7 months. But I'm going to keep it on my regular schedule of what I need to do for this sump. With that, the next video I'll show you is getting the piping and the plumbing set up for gluing and secured into place. Once that is done, we'll move on to the next section, and that'll be skinning and painting the sump. The sump bottom will be painted black. The side will be painted black along with the back. And this other side will be painted black. 3 sides and the bottom will be painted black. So everything is easier to be seen. Plus I'll have a light over it for the plants. If you guys see anything you like, any comments, concerns, please feel free to drop them in the comment section down below. Click subscribe and like. I'm always up to ideas and different things. Thank you guys. Have a blessed day.